Hello, compassionate leaders! Welcome back for another session on understanding personal directives in Alberta. Stay tuned as we look at what a personal directive is, who is it relevant to, some key players in the process, and the enactment of it. So, a personal directive, or PD, is also known as a living will. What is a will? A will is a document that contains a person's wishes that is carried out only when they have passed away. But the PD is a similar document, only that it comes into effect while the person is still alive. The PD allows the maker to appoint a trusted individual to make decisions on their behalf when or if the need arises. Because it is a legal document, they must be written, dated, and signed by the maker while they are of sound mind. PDs can be created through a lawyer or through the Government of Alberta website using a generic form. In today's session, we will take a thorough look at the generic PD form that most Albertans use because it is free of charge. There is absolutely no charge to either utilize the form or register the PD after completion. Before we get into the technicalities, I think that getting familiar with some terminologies would go a long way. So I've included some characters to go with the presentation so that you can not only understand the terms better, but also retain them. The maker is none other than the person who made the personal directive. As for our choice of characters, we'll make Miss Minnie as the maker of her own PD. We all know how much Miss Minnie loves and trusts Mr. Mickey, and she appoints him as her agent. The appointed agent is responsible when and if it is the time to deem the maker incapacitated. The service provider is always the physician or a psychiatrist. Public guardians are usually appointed by an Albertan judge. Guardians become the agent when the maker hasn't appointed an agent. You will hear the word enact very frequently whenever a PD is involved because it simply means bringing into effect. Or it could also mean activating a PD. So remember, having a PD does not automatically mean that it is enacted because something needs to happen before it can get enacted. Remember I just said something needs to happen before a PD can be enacted? Here are some reasons why a PD might need to be enacted. Progressing diseases such as dementia, where cognition is severely impaired, causing the maker to make unsafe decisions, someone who had gone into a coma, or someone with severe speech impairment or quadriplegic who has no other means to verbalize their wishes. So, who gets to enact the PD? You have to understand that deeming a person incapacitated is a very uncomfortable thing to do. Once the PD is enacted, the maker's independence is taken away and they will no longer have the ability to make decisions for themselves. I know how we just talked about the purpose of enacting a PD. That is to ensure that safe decisions are made for the maker. But just picture this. After enactment, the agent will be the point of contact for all healthcare matters, which can be quite cumbersome. So, the maker of the PD can decide whether they want their appointed agent or guardian to be the ones or neither of them. A physician is not a choice because part of the enactment process involves a physician having to do a complete medical examination. If the maker has specified an agent and one physician to deem her incapacitated, then a form called a Schedule 2 is used. However, if the maker has directions for 2 physicians to deem her incapacitated, then a Schedule 3 will be utilized. Now let's take a closer look at the personal directive form itself. It is a 4-page document and begins with the maker's full name. The first section, Revocation of Previous Directive, ensures that all previously made PDs are to be revoked and this new one will be the current one. The second section is where the maker will name one or more agents. The maker will also have the choice to appoint a guardian or appoint no one. Section 3 allows the maker the option of designating the agents to jointly deal with her healthcare affairs or designate a specific agent for each category. Section 4 is only applicable if the maker has minor children who need to be taken care of. It allows a specific agent to deal with the child's affairs. On page 3 of the Personal Directive, Section 5, Specific Instructions, allows the maker to state specific instructions that are generalized. For example, the maker might decide to say, in the event an agent that I have appointed dies before me, then I would like so-and-so to be the substitute. Another example is that the maker can state, when the time comes, if the agent I had appointed refuses to act, then I ask that you do this. Section 6 allows the maker to provide the agent with specific instructions that haven't been covered earlier. The maker might choose to say, do not feel guilty if you have to pull the plug. The section, Who determines my capacity, is a very important section as it determines which form will be used. Don't worry, we'll discuss this shortly. The maker can choose specific agents to deem her incapacitated in addition to the physician. The next section, Notification, allows the maker to inform specific people other than the agent or agents when they are to be deemed incapacitated. The last page of the PD ensures that all relevant individuals and one witness sign the document. Remember, the witness cannot be any one of the appointed agents. So here's a quick recap of enacting a PD. When the time comes to enact a maker's PD, there are 2 choices of forms, the Schedule 2 or Schedule 3. You may want to pause the video and test your memory on when these 2 forms are used. Schedule 2 is used to enact the maker's PD when the maker has requested her agent or guardian and a physician to deem her incapacitated. Schedule 3, on the other hand, is used when the maker does not want her agent or has failed to name the agent responsible to deem her incapacitated. In this scenario, 2 physicians will automatically be the ones to deem the maker incapacitated. There you go. Now you know all about personal directives and how they're enacted. Thank you for spending your time with me. And if you find this video beneficial, share it with other Albertan healthcare professionals. Oh, wait! Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you will not miss any new contents from me. Till we meet again, signing off as the Teaching DOC.